Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we're sinking our teeth into one of the most beloved foods on the entire planet. It's a side dish, it's a main course, it's the perfect late night snack. We are talking, of course, about the French fry. But what if I told you that its name, well, it's basically a giant historical mistake?
So let me ask you something. When you hear the name French fry, where does your mind immediately go? I mean, the answer seems pretty obvious, doesn't it? Of course, it has to be France. You picture Paris, maybe the Eiffel Tower, charming little cafes, and a side of delicious deep-fried potatoes. It just makes sense. It's right there in the name after all. But like with so many things in history, the most obvious answer, well, it's not always the right one. Yup, you heard that right. The golden, crispy food we all know and love isn't French at all. All the historical evidence we have points overwhelmingly to Belgium as the true birthplace of the fry. It's such a fascinating piece of culinary history, so let's get into it. Okay, so to find the real origin, we have to travel back in time. And we're not going to Paris. We're heading to a small, picturesque valley in 17th century Belgium. This is where a simple problem sparked a world-changing food innovation. So the story starts with a very real problem. The people living in the Meuse Valley, they loved to catch and fry these tiny little fish from the river. It was a staple of their diet. But during those really harsh winters, the river would freeze solid, which completely cut off their food supply. So what did they do? Their solution was brilliant. They turned to the potato, cleverly cutting them into little fish-like shapes and frying them up, creating the world's very first frites. And this isn't just some local legend. We actually have historical accounts that back this all up. This quote gives us such a vivid picture of that moment of invention. It wasn't about creating some fancy dish for a king. It was about survival and comfort, just using what they had on hand to recreate a food they truly loved. Okay, but that still leaves us with one giant question. If they were invented in Belgium way back in the 1600s, why on earth do we call them French fries? Well, for the answer to that, we have to jump forward a few centuries, right into the middle of World War I. It all came down to a simple misunderstanding that literally rewrote food history. See, American soldiers were stationed in the southern part of Belgium, and they absolutely fell in love with the local fried potatoes. Now, since the dominant language in that region was French, the soldiers naturally and, well, incorrectly, just started calling them French fries. They brought that name back home with them, and it just stuck. It spread all over the world. But here's the thing. In Belgium, this isn't just some fast food side dish. The fright, as they call it, is a serious culinary art form. It's a deep, deep part of their national identity. And believe me, they take their fries very, very seriously. So what's the difference? Well, the secret to authentic Belgian frites is all in the cooking method. They are always double fried. The first fry is at a lower temperature, and that cooks the potato all the way through, making it soft and fluffy inside. The second fry, at a much higher temp, creates that perfect, crispy, golden brown outside. They're also usually cut thicker and served with a huge variety of sauces, not just ketchup. And you don't just get them at any restaurant. You go to a fripcot. These are these little dedicated fry stands, kiosks or vans, and they're everywhere in Belgium. They're like community hubs. It's a cherished part of daily life over there, a real cultural experience, not just a quick bite to eat. So why does a story about fried potatoes actually matter? I mean, it's about so much more than that, right? It's about correcting the historical record and giving credit where credit is due. For Belgium, it's a huge source of national pride. And honestly, it's just a fantastic reminder that even the most common things in our lives have these surprising, complex, and fascinating histories. So the next time you grab a cone of fries, you'll know the real story you're holding in your hand. It's a tale of cold winters, human ingenuity, and a simple, century-old case of mistaken identity. And that kind of leaves us with a final thought to chew on. If we were this wrong about something as universal as the French fry, what other well-known food origins are actually just popular myths? Something to think about. Thanks for tuning in.